Yo, what's up guys? The Insane Game Freak here to bring you some more videos. This time we're going to talk about some Pokemans because I haven't talked about the anime in a minute, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys are at least curious to what my impressions are in terms of the summer camp stuff, the Serena stuff, and some of the stuff we know that's coming up in the future, like, you know, the Mega Evolution Act 2 and seeing certain characters in that. So, let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to address is the Mega Evolution Act 2, particularly because they've announced a few things. We're going to see Mega Sceptile, Meta Mega Gross, Steven, and Lysander. Now, we already know that the Mega Evolution storyline takes place like at the same time as X and Y, because in the first act they even mentioned, oh, you heard about Ash at Lumio City and the whole Garchomp thing? So we know that this I think they're trying to set up for a movie. That's my only guess. Is either a movie or a huge arc that's coming at some point in the anime. It's one of the two things, because you don't mention, hey look, this is in the same universe as like the current X and Y storyline. Okay? Now they're mentioning Steven and Lysander. When you see, like, Steven is just kind of like another character to me. I mean, Steven has representation in Hoenn, but like, if you're trying to make him look like a motherfucking G, this is like the coolest way to do it. I actually don't know how people feel about the Mega Evolution acts, because they're not really portrayed in the same way as like the anime is. But then again, they're acts, so they're only like a little bit, they're like, I think they're still like 30 minutes, and it's still like the basic premise of Alan going around. Granted, I don't like the way Alan is dressed, like the thing around his neck, and I don't care for the fact that he's using a mega fucking Charizard that just happens to be another fucking Dragon type. Also, I don't think, have we confirmed who has the Mega Sceptile that we see in the trailer, or we still don't know who that's for? I'm not totally sure. Someone can please leave that in the comment section below. But for all intents and purposes, you have Lysander here, which makes me think, okay, so we are going to use Team Flare in the anime. Which is cool because, you know, I think the only team that didn't really get any real representation was like Team Galactic, then got like the least amount of representation. Everyone else got representation. If they relegate Lysander and Team Flare to like the specials, and then like they come together for like a big movie, that'll work, because we all know for the most part, most evil team organizations in the anime are not really portrayed well at all. Like, none of them. And the ones that are portrayed well are the ones that aren't even about, like Pokemon Hunter J was like one of the most effective evil antagonistic characters, and she's not even canon, like, anywhere. So I find that hilarious. Like, you have a filler character who's more competent than like all the teams that you've used so far. That's insane to me. So if you want to put Lysander as like the villain of like Alan, and then it just so happens that like Ash and them kind of walk in on that shit, that would be interesting. Granted, Lysander's whole thing is another one of those plot points that I don't think is going to translate well to the anime, because we saw what they did with Plasma. They half-assed the Plasma storyline. They pretty much just used Neo Team Plasma. So it's like, you're going to use Neo Team Plasma here. Lysander, you're probably not even going to mention the whole fact that he's trying to preserve the world's beauty, but he realizes that humans are going to destroy everything. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to blow up the world as it is to protect the beauty of it. Even though, like, it makes sense, but it kind of doesn't make sense. So, you know, you see the whole conundrum that is created through the whole mindset. As far as the specials are concerned, the first one I thought was okay. I mean, the only problem is you're kind of introducing these characters, and they're not really getting any build-up. But like the way the first one was presented, it's like we saw Alan fight like 3 trainers. I think it was 4. He fought like the girl with the Absol. The guy with the Mega... I don't even remember what the Mega Evolution the dude had. The guy that he runs into the cave. I don't remember the Mega Evolution. And then I think he fights... And then he fights Seabold, who has like a Mega Blastoise. Like, he doesn't fight that many dudes. So I'm like, is Alan's whole thing just going to be him training? Because they do kind of show his backstory, so, you know... I kind of want him to be a little bit more fleshed out in the girl that he's with. Oh yeah, which we didn't even know was a girl. Hopefully you don't just have this girl as his like sidekick and doesn't do anything with her, because then I'm going to question, the fuck do you have her as a sidekick for? And then I realize it's Pokemon, it might be for comic relief. So the Mega Evolution Act looks interesting, and I'm curious to see where it goes. But you know, you got to give me something more to really latch on to right now. I mean, yeah, Steven's showing up, Lysander's showing up, but like, I need something else, guys. Come on, you You can't just give me that and expect me to go, ooh. I thought I was gonna hit my hand on the I thought I was gonna hit my hand on the fucking fan, I swear to God. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Mega Evolution Act. Interesting, but I'm just more curious to see where it goes before I really start making any opinions. Really need, we'll put it this way, any hard opinions. Moving on to the anime stuff. Now, I don't remember the last time I've actually made an update in terms of the anime. But to talk about the anime, I'm gonna just say this straight up, and I think I said it back in the Serena discussion I did with Tyrone. I'm not a huge fan of Serena, not necessarily because there's anything wrong with her character. I just don't find her character anything compelling. It's the same hyperactive girl. Like, she just reminds me of like Flannery. She reminds me actually of Maylene, which is really ironic considering I don't care for Sinnoh, but Maylene sticks out almost the same way she does. Except the difference is Maylene was a little bit more self-conscious versus Serena, who's just hyperactive and stupid. But they both had Lucarios and they both had problems with the Lucarios and working together with the Lucarios. So it's like, I don't find Serena especially interesting. Like, I found Grant more interesting than Serena. I find Viola more interesting than Serena. I'm more looking forward to Ramos and Valerie and Olympia and, oh God, what is his name? It pissed me off because it's the Ice Gym leader, Wolfric. And Wolfric, I'm looking more forward to them. I'm actually really, oh yeah, and Clement, obviously. Clement, I'm curious how they're going to set that gym match up, because I'm curious if he's going to use like his actual... The problem is, Clement hasn't had any real development, so it's kind of like, when we go back to face him, it's going to be kind of a... Like, you know how there was some type of progression, so if you go back and fight a gym leader halfway, you felt like that gym leader has changed? How the hell has Clement really changed in, like, so far? I mean, he's been okay, but like, that's the problem I'm worried about these next... I don't think the gym matches are going to suffer. I just think the characters are going to suffer. Serena's just kind of like throwaway for me. I don't really care for her at all. Like, at all. I just don't care for her. I didn't even care for her in the games. I am way more interested in Ramos and Valerie and Olympia. Those are the three I really want to see. Specifically, Valerie and Olympia. Particularly because they haven't really done a psychic gym leader in a while. So I'm curious to see how that fight's going to go. The last time I think they did it was in Hoenn, actually. With Tate and Liza. And that didn't even play out like a psychic gym match because... that was more focused on the double battle, and because of lightning armor, so yeah. But as far as like the next two gym matches, I'm kind of like, because it's like, okay, so you're gonna... Oh wait, I'm dumb. I just realized we still have to fight Ramos before we fight Clement. So there is time to develop Clement, like, to something worth saying there's been some real progression for his character. Because as of right now, he's kind of just like meh for me. Like, it's like I put it this way, if they were to have like their final gym fight now, like their 5th gym match, I'd be like, it's not the most appealing thing in the world, because Clement hasn't grown. So I'm hoping after we get past this fucking Serena shit, I'm hoping we get some progression. And granted, we look like we're getting some with Serena, which is the other thing I want to talk about. So we had the summer camp stuff, which really started pushing on the whole Serena having a goal and everything. And I was interested because they actually did focus on it for like at least 2 episodes worth. At least an episode and a half. Like an episode and a half or 2 episodes. I was like, okay. And then the damn arc ends and we don't get any like, and she doesn't make a decision. But she's like, I want to see who you want to try. What was it? Not triathlon. Pokeathon, I think? I don't even remember what it's called. But like, I'm curious to see if she's going to progress a little bit. And then, if you look and see the upcoming episode names, they didn't actually like show clips of them. I think there's like an image floating around of each episode, but not like anything definite. There's an episode titled Serena Catches a Pokemon. And it's like Fennekin versus Pancham. And I was like, bruh, and from what I hear, it is confirmed. I haven't seen an image saying that, but I've heard from people on the forums saying that it is confirmed and that the Pancham wears glasses, a la like Squirtle and like Sandile or Crocorock. I think people told me I was pronouncing that wrong. I probably am still. Or no, Crocodile. That's what it was. Crocodile. That's the final evolution I needed to really refer to. The point is, if that is true and she catches this, also the other thing that makes it interesting is the image I have seen for that episode is a picture of like the Tripokalon. People are going to get mad that I don't remember what the actual events are called, like the Pokevision contest things are called. But, anyways, the image shows that. And I'm like, wait a minute. And it's like the girl, you know, the one that has the Finnegan 2, which I think has evolved into a Braxton at this point. And I'm like, wait a minute. So if she catches a Pancham and gets her goal in the same episode, that will be bar none the best fucking Serena episode, period. Like, nothing will beat that episode. I'm actually glad, and the one thing I will say is I'm glad they introduced Shauna, Tierno, and Trevor the way they did. They're still sticking true to their characters. The only thing they did was change Trevor's whole thing to filling the Pokédex to fucking taking pictures of all the Pokemon, which then just feels like Trip. Actually, yeah, it is exactly like Trip. Trip did the same goddamn thing. Oh, I gotta take a picture. The only difference is that Trip was like, I gotta take a picture of the experience, whereas fucking Trevor's like, I gotta take a picture of each Pokemon. And I'm like, oh, really? I mean, it's whatever. I do like the gang. One of the gags I did like is, they said like Trevor falls in love easily, which is obviously another nod to Brock in some way, because it's like, wait a minute, you're the one who did the Pokevisions. And you see the hearts in his eyes. I think it's like the first episode of the Summer Camp Saga, and they're like, it was so funny. I also liked Shauna and Serena's like interactions with each other, because it wasn't this like hardcore rivalry. It was like this chilled out friendship rivalry. So it'd be interesting they re-brought the girl back in, you know, the one with the Slurpuff, to be like the love rival, and have like Shauna be like the legit rival. I won't mind her having two rivals in that sense. Also, the whole dance thing that they bring up at the end of the Pokemon Summer Camp Saga, the whole Tierno teach me some dance moves. I'm looking forward to that, because I just want to see, that's interesting to me. I kind of wish this was brought up at the beginning, like as soon as he left, as soon as him and Karina and them split up. I kind of wish the Summer Camp episode came right after that, because that would have been more interesting. That way when he caught, you know, Halucha, we could have went right into some dancing training. Because now what's going to happen is when we get to the gym match, I think we're going to see a little bit of it in the next episode, like episode 43. I don't think it's up yet though. He's going to do some like dance training practice, but and then after that we're going to actually get into like the meat of the matter of the gym match, and I think a lot of it will just be callback stuff. But I'm looking forward to it. Like, personally, I'm looking forward to it. I have nothing against him using strategies. I just don't want him to spam one strategy all the damn time. Why? Because then I feel like it's Sinnoh. A lot of people like Sinnoh because of that, but to me, Ash is at his best when he's being unorthodox as fuck. So for him to randomly grab the dancing strategy to fight, you know, dancing in a momentum so you can see and watch attacks and be able to evade them quickly, I feel like that would work well for Karina. Karina's that type of bitch who just be like, I'm gonna punch you, and just run up and punch you. Like, she's that chick who's really straightforward about her attacks. There's no strategy what's involved. Karina fights with power, which works for a fighting type gym. So it looks interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that match and seeing the dancing strategy and seeing how well it's implemented into the fight. Also, we've seen clips from the fight. Everyone fights. So apparently the whole concept of every Pokemon gets a chance to fight in gym matches, and they're trying to stay more true to the games, because in the games you can use as many Pokemon as you want. It's the same thing, because I saw everyone. I saw Fletchinder, I saw Froakie, I saw Halucha, and I saw Pikachu. Everybody fights. Fucking right. Look, it's the only character I'm worried about right now is Clement. Clement is now more in danger zone than Serena. Because if Serena just goes by the basics and she just gets the goal in the Pancham in the same episode, I'll be like, fuck it, Serena's fine at that point. Clement is what I'm worried about, because we have his gym match literally right after Ramos, and then after that it's him, and I'm like, but he has to, there's supposed to be some more sentimental shit, because it's like, how much has he grown as a trainer, as a person, while traveling around with Ash? And for all intents and purposes, he is not at all. He's just kind of like stagnated. He's okay. He hasn't even really shown off his badassery with being a gym leader. Not in those fucking fights either. Like Serena, I think Finnegan got knocked out first in that three-way battle, which I think was the first time we saw a triple battle. Like an official triple battle. Is it? It might be. Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure. Whole point is, I need more progression for Clement. Clement is now in my danger zone more. Clement, like, as long as Serena's shit goes as straightforward as possible, Clement is now my worried section. Like, he's the one I'm worried about. Granted, it took fucking Serena way too goddamn long to get the Pokemon. We're already like 40-something episodes into, like, by the time she catches Pancham, if she catches Pancham, that effectively means it took her almost 50 episodes into the series to get her first fucking Pokemon. The fuck happened? The fuck happened? But I think those are all my main updates and concerns and thoughts about the anime, whether it's the Mega Evolution X or the actual X and Y anime itself. So please leave yours in the comment section below. If you want more Pokemon videos, give this video a like. I thank you guys for watching. This has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game, play to win, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace off.